Derrick Henry over 63.5 rushing yards. I posted this in Discord at 62.5. It has since bumped, still taking the over. He's averaged 92 rushing yards per game at home last 2 seasons, and that trend has continued this season, even though he's not played that great. He's averaged 95 rushing yards per game at home. He's hit the over in all 5, 80, 122, 97, 101, and 76 rushing yards. Now he faces off against the Indianapolis Colts. And listen to this. The last 5 starting running backs against the Indianapolis Colts have all hit the over on their rushing props. Rachaad White had 100 yards. Ramondre Stevenson had 88 yards. Chuba Hubbard had 58. Alvin Kamara had 59. And Jerome Ford had 74. So players like Stevenson, Rachaad White, Jerome Ford, these guys are not the types of running backs that you expect to go out there and run for 1,000,000 yards. But all 3 of them, including the other 2, where I talked about Alvin Kamara and Chuba Hubbard, they hit the over even at Derrick Henry's line. So I'm taking the over today. This team in the Indianapolis Colts just getting worse in rush defense. They are the 6th worst rush defense in the NFL, but they've allowed the top 3 most rushing yards per game over the last 5 weeks. Teams are running against them a ton. They've allowed the 4th most carries in the NFL this season. Give me Derrick Henry in the good matchup with the great home splits and the low rushing yards prop line when his rushing attempt line is at 15.5 with the juice to the over. So you're giving me 16 carries at home and I need just 4 yards per carry. Yeah, give it to me. I'm taking the over. If you wanted to play this on sportsbooks, you can see right here using the myspray.com optimizer, which is 100% free. Please feel free to use it. Just go to myspray.com and you click the odds finder tool, PrizePicks Optimizer up here, or you can dabble and use some of the other freebies that we have here. Now, 62.5. This is a very interesting play right here because you can see lines are starting to rip. Pinnacle at minus 145 to the over. BetMGM currently has best odds. This is what I posted it at last night. However, again, it moved on PrizePicks, of course. Sleeper looking fine at 62.5. Parlay play, well, you're going to have to use the slider. Maybe even use the slider to go upward and take the under. Up to you. I have more picks. Stick around. Let's go. Tyreek Hill to score touchdown. Let's talk about this one. Actually, I have a parlay I'm going to show you on DK Sportsbook plus 328 here in a hot second. All right, so Tyreek Hill has scored in 9 of 11 games this season. It's hard not to like this one. Receiving touchdown, of course, it's not the anytime touchdown, receiving, rushing, passing, but we get him at receiving, which is the way he scores. And he scored in 9 of 11 games. Now he's facing off against the Washington Commanders, who are giving up 2.32 passing touchdowns per game, my friends. Guess what? That is dead last in the NFL. They've allowed the most passing touchdowns per game. And now I get to take a wide receiver here whose odds, by the way, I'm going to show you in a hot second, are juiced like crazy to score touchdown. All right, again, mysparry.com. I'm going to the optimizer. I am going to click Tyreek Hill. I'm going to type in his name, and there we go. I can look at all his player markets for the day. And at the end of this video, stick around. I'm actually going to line shop and build out some slips, PrizePicks, underdog, all those things. And you can see he's going to get a lot of work today. Receptions prop sitting at 7.5, receiving yards 100.5, receiving yards line. So to actually catch a touchdown, it's a minus 120 on Flip, minus 135 on DK. Some of these books, they only do these anytime touchdown. And my goodness, I mean, here's the juice I was looking for. Minus 155, minus 140, minus 143, minus 140. And then there's Pinnacle over here giving you a minus 169 to score a touchdown. Yeah, that's a 59.9% implied probability that my man scores a tutty today. Essentially taking the same bet here as just the receiving touchdown on PrizePicks. That is something you do not find very often, an implied probability of a 59% chance that he's going to score. Yes, give me this touchdown. Now, switching over to DK real quick, I will go back to PrizePicks. I have another one for you. Oh, before I dive in, hit the like button for me. You guys have given me almost 3,600, 3,700, 3,800 views in the last 3 videos. I thank you immensely. I guess the 19-3 run has probably helped out a bit, but I like to think you enjoy the format of this video. A couple picks in the beginning, then some research with the optimizer where you get a slew of picks that you can use if you choose. And then, of course, you can always use mysparry.com totally free, 100% free. Just hit the like button for me. All right, I'm going Tua over 250 plus passing yards. Sam Howell over 38.5 passing attempts. Tyreek Hill to score a touchdown. Again, just talked about Hill. Scored 9 of the last 11 games. Now facing off against the Washington Commanders, giving up the most passing touchdowns per game. Well, you didn't know this, but the Washington Commanders are also allowing 265 passing yards per game, 3rd most in the NFL, which sets up Tua very nicely today to hit the over with the passing yards. His passing prop is the highest it's been all year, 287.5 passing yards. Clearly, Vegas and the bettors are saying, yeah, this is a matchup I don't want to mess with. And guess what? Yeah, they're right. They're right. Listen to the numbers here against the Washington Commanders. Prescott, 331, hit the over. Tommy DeVito, 246 passing yards, hit the over. Geno Smith, 369, hit the over. Mac Jones, over. Jalen Hurts, over. Tyrod Taylor, almost 300, over. Ritter, over 300 passing yards. Fields, over 280. Jalen Hurts, another 300. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quarterbacks have hit the over against the Commanders in a row. That's 8 games in a row they've hit the over on their passing prop. So if you want to go take Tua over 284 passing yards today, I think it's a fine option. But I went with this parlay instead. And hear me out. Tua, I'm hoping if he's the one quarterback that doesn't hit the over in the last 9 games, that he at least hits 250 plus. Tyreek, I expect to score against the team allowing the most passing touchdowns in the NFL, given the 10th game out of 12. And then Sam Howell, hear this one out. This is nuts. This is the easiest parlay I've ever put together, maybe. This is goofy. He's had 41 plus pass attempts in 8 out of the last 9 games. He's had 42 plus in 6 straight games. He's had 44 plus in 5 straight games. And on the season at 38.5, my guy here has actually hit the over in 9 out of the last 11 games. So 9 out of 11, 9 out of 11, and the matchup of the century for Tua, plus 328. Give it to me. Now, going back to PrizePicks, I just talked about Sam Howell. Again, 39 plus pass attempts in 9 out of the last 11 games. He's had 44 plus in 5 straight. He's had 42 plus in 6 straight. 41 plus in 8 out of the last 9 games. Now facing off against the Miami Dolphins, who, listen, if they're going to be chucking the football all over the field against the Commanders, yeah, I think there's an opportunity here for Sam Howell to go bonkers and throw for, 45, 46 pass attempts once again. Now, I keep telling you to visit the website. Yeah, check it out. Free betting picks. You go here. Actually, there's an extra tool I just added on the back end. So you got extra tools here. You've got the parlay picks, which, by the way, let me show you this before we get to more picks. This was yesterday's parlay picks article. Guess what? This list, 11-1. This list went 11-1. That's insanity. The only pick that missed, Miles Bridges, finished with 3 rebounds and hooked. So this article went 11-1, and that was a free article that you could have read on your own on my website. And guess what? I put a parlay picks article there for the NFL today, and I'm going to link that down below in the description section. Here's the massive list. You can make parlays, single game parlays. I have one already built out, a plus 150 for the Lions game. And here, check this out. Paolo Banchero, this player prop article cashed. The Jokic article cashed. So every article I've written this week since I've started writing on the website has been insane. A free W for Jokic, a free W for Banchero, an 11-1 parlay picks list. And here's the Sam Howell pick. I wrote this one up earlier this week. And guess what? You could actually still get this pick on sportsbooks. It is absolutely delicious. I will link that down below as well. And then, of course, hopefully you guys end up using the odds finder and you make your money shopping for the best odds, looking for the best PrizePicks plays, best underdog, best parlay play, sleeper, and then finding the best odds on the sports books and getting yourself, honestly, just some really nice value, making your money go further. I'm going to set these aside so that I remember to post those inside the comment section so that you guys can get some extra free articles today. All right, going to click DFS Optimizer. Yes, implied probability, highest to lowest. I'm not going to mess around with the markets. You could if you want. Not going to sort players. You can if you want. If you want, you can also just select certain individual sites like Sleeper Play, and then bang, look at this. I know right now, Bijan Robinson, over 2.5 receptions, 58.83% implied probability, the number 1 play per the math on Sleeper Picks right now is Bijan Robinson over 2.5 receptions. Next best play, Josh Downs, over 4.5 receptions per the math. So on and so forth. You can do this on your own every day, all day, all night, because this is a fully automated tool, 24/7. You can use this at 4 a.m. in the morning and get the best NBA PrizePicks lines if you want to use it that way. Or if you are gambling on DK Sportsbook and you want to use the optimizer overnight to find the best lines, the missed price lines. And you're going through and you're like, oh, wow, look at all these books. They have 6.5 assists for Kyle Lowry, and then they're all juiced to the over. And then look at FanDuel giving you a 5.5 assist line, and the line is minus 130. What a mispriced line. Snag it there. The optimizer is going to show you that. You're going to get the best plays, the best odds, the best lines, the best applied probabilities at the lowest cost every single hour of the day, all day, every day for NFL, NBA, and NHL. We're adding college football, college basketball, and all these other sports as we continue to progress and make this optimizer better. So hopefully you guys are using this and making money. And again, top plays on Sleeper. I don't even need to spend too much time. I'm just showing you here are the best plays available. Now, I could go over to Parlay Play and do the same thing. We leave the round numbers on there because Parlay Play, you can slide them. Meaning, if you go grab this Byron Young play right here and you slide it up to 3.5, mathematically speaking, if you can move the Byron Young play to 3.5, this is the number one play on Parlay Play. So we leave the round numbers for you to do that. And I want you to slide these plays, make your best picks that way. And then as you're scrolling down, you're sooner or later going to start running into these plays around the 58% implied probability mark. That's around the spot where these websites start to bump the lines. That's right. This is where your lines will start to bump like this. A 5.5 on books being juiced to the under will get bumped to 5.0. A 7.5 juice to the under is going to get bumped to a 7.0. So you'll start to see these right around 58% on every book for every sport. Pay attention to that. That is why anytime you could find a play over 58% that is live, that is a play worth hammering because they are often not there. Remember that Tyreek Hill example I told you? The anytime touchdown being a 59.6% implied probability, and why I was like, this is an absolute steal on PrizePicks. It shouldn't be there for a receiving touchdown because this isn't a guy who's rushing them in. All his touchdowns are always receiving. That basically gives us an anytime touchdown odds, but we get to take it as a receiving touchdown market. All right, some interesting plays here. I mean, this is underdog, 58.85% implied probability. And you have 5 sports books slamming the over for this player, Steven Sullivan, to get 2 catches today. I don't even know who that is, but Pinnacle does, and so do the bettors, minus 161. They keep juicing it up. The rest of these books are going to follow Pinnacle's lead. And you can see this is what's going to happen. So you got to play like Adam Thielen. I posted this yesterday in Discord. It's like minus 110 or something, right? Minus 115 for members on FanDuel. Look, Pinnacle minus 160 to the over 5.5. All the other books are following suit. And a site like Underdog's like, yeah, you're not getting that at 5.5. We're bumping that to 6.0. So again, over 58%. If you can ever find a play, it is just a great play. And here it is. 6 sports books juiced in the over. FanDuel, decent, minus 130 if you want it. And wow, Josh Downs over 4.5 for Josh Downs to catch 5 receptions and juiced to the over. That line is available on Underdog. Get it now. Get it while it's hot. And then you have player receptions under 7.5. Well, check this out. Minus 148 for Pinnacle, minus 145, minus 148, minus 145, minus 160. And then FanDuel is like, hey, y'all want this value? Come get it. Under 7.5, minus 122. Underdog said, nope, you ain't having that. They bumped the line down to 7.0. You can do this right now, mysparry.com, mysparry.com, and you can find the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, all the way down, just as many, dozens of good picks right here per the math. Brock Purdy, over 1.5 passing touchdowns, juiced on 5 sports books, is available on PrizePicks with a 58.4% implied probability that this result occurs. What a tremendous value this is. PrizePicks gifting you that. You could essentially take this, pair it with these picks, and then all of a sudden you've got yourself a very plus EV slip. Now, one thing I want you to be mindful of here is like this, not a good play anymore, right? Juiced on 6 books. PrizePicks said, nope, you ain't having it. Bumped it to 5.0. Don't take these bump picks. Here's another one to be interested to, I don't know. It's a cause for concern for me. Minus 160, minus 135, minus 142, minus 145. Everything's looking great. Under a half interception for Tua, but wait, Pinnacle here, minus 116 outlier line. Not only that, sharp outlier line. Gives me cause for concern. I usually skip them. Scrolling down, Rashee Rice, 6 sports books, juicing the under, and under 4.5, still sitting there. Green Bay team. I don't know. Does it go ahead? Dive into the data all you want. I don't care. But playing the math, almost a 58% implied probability. Sharp book, minus 148 on Pinnacle. Listen, there's a guy inside my Discord, PrizePicks DFS, PrizePicks Sniper. He is 67 and 30 in all his betting picks. All he does is use the optimizer of all his picks, post them in Discord. Ray GQ, I think, is on a 45-11, 45-10 run. 45-10. Just get that through your mind of how insane that is. He posts every single pick inside Discord using the optimizer. He takes screenshots of every single pick, circles why he's on them, little blurb, post it in Discord. 45 and 11 or 10, whatever it is. We'll say 11 just so it doesn't sound like I'm cheating it. 45 and 11. That's just mind-boggling results. So is a 67 and 30. That is mind-boggling results. If you tail just those two people, you're looking at 112 and 41. Whoa, 112 and 41. That's almost a 75% win rate. That's just mind-numbing. Those numbers are they almost seem fake, but the recaps are in Discord every single day, which is glorious to see. I just can't get over it. This optimizer has changed the game for a lot of members, for a lot of the staff. And let me show you the best way I personally use it. I like to use it while I click select pick 'em site. I want to see all of them. And yes, that means you have to scroll past all of these numbers, but some people like to use these to put together parlays on Fliff. I like to scroll because I want to see like a general overview. And again, Josh Downs just talked about him. This is why I like it. Look at this. I can see the sports books are juicing the over like crazy here. I mean, FanDuel, okay, if you want it there, but sleepers 4.5, underdog 4.5, but parlay play bumped it. PrizePicks bumped it. This tells me underdog's probably bumping this soon. Sleepers probably scrubbing this play. That Josh Downs over 4.5 receptions. Likely one of the last times you'll get a chance to get it is right now when you're watching this video, if it already hasn't been moved. Brock Purdy, similar, right? We got a 58.4% implied probability. Look, that's so close to this probability. And look at all the implied probabilities around this. 58, 58.5, 58.5, all right here, above and below. And guess what? These DFS apps are not providing you those options. They're just too good to play on their site. So usually they're not even here, or they're like this, totally bump lines. You don't even get the chance. So when you do get the chance here, jump on it. This Brock Purdy play is a tremendous opportunity per the math. Again, dive into the data if you want against the Eagles. I don't care. That's totally up to you how you use this. But if you're playing just the math, these plays here are tremendous opportunities. They are absolute values, because again, all these numbers around here, usually you don't get a chance to bet on. And I like scrolling through here until I find, a bunch of plays here like this, right? Yeah, Alex Singleton, under 10.5 tackles, juiced on 4 books. There he is on underdog. Kenneth Gainwell is juiced on 5 books. He's available across the board almost, just not parlay play. Here's a good one. Quincy Williams, under 7.5 tackles and assists for the Jets. Check it out. 4 sportsbooks juicing the under. Underdog said, nope, that's not for you. You can't have it today. We're moving it down to 7, but PrizePicks and parlay play are sleeping. This one, almost a 58% implied probability. This is going to get bumped. Guaranteed it, baby. Rashee Rice under 4.5 receptions. Again, I posted this on Twitter last night, talked about it before I went to bed. Sharpest book in the world with the worst odds, minus 148. These books are going to follow suit. These platforms are going to bump it or scrub it. I'm just telling you right now, if everything continues to go in that direction, this won't be here long. This won't be here long. These won't be here long. So on and so forth. This stuff's going to move. And my friends, you can do this on your own. Another one, Kyle Pitts over 2.5. Again, bump. It's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, especially after this video, if people start slamming the over and the odds on these books keep trending upward. You don't get these opportunities for very long. You can use this optimizer 24/7 on your own. You don't need my video to show you this, but I like doing the work for you because I love getting in front of the camera and talking to my friends out there. Hit the like button for me. Keep using the free site. I'm linking free articles down below in the description section. With you liking this video and dropping a comment, it has boosted my YouTube algorithm way up, and it's been super helpful for me to grow. So thank you. I can keep pushing out free content. I dropped almost $8,000 into this free optimizer. So please like the videos and help my channel grow so that I can keep this free, because that's got to happen. This thing's getting too expensive. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the inside today, whether you're a member or whether you're just a public. It's time to get paid. Let's beat the books together. Have a good Sunday.